Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello, hello. Majesty.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
hello,
Hello. Hello.
hello, hello.
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 Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
hello,
Hello. One, two, three. Hello.
hello. Naidu.
Hello. Hello. One, two, three. Hello.
Naidu.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Naidu. Hello, Naidu.
Hello.
Naidu.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Majesty.
Hello.
1, 2, 3. Naidu.
Hello. Bye bye.
Bye. Tata.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Hello. Hello.
Somebody is asking daughter. You please unmute your mic and daughter. You muted your mic. Galaxy J7. Next, Gopalakrishna. Gopalakrishna. Sir. Hello.
Better to off videos. Others videos, no?
So, good morning, children. Last class I said you to rename your phones. Go to the settings, application settings, Zoom application you take, settings, and rename your applications with your name. But here still we can see Galaxy J7 Nest, so we are unable to identify who is asking the doubt. Many are there, Oppo, like that phone name and all there. So your application Zoom app, in that settings will be there. In the settings, you can rename with your name, so that easily we can understand. Now, somebody is asking doubt, what is the doubt? Here it is named Galaxy J7, what is the doubt? Next, Sweda. Sweda. Sweda, I am not understanding what is your doubt. Hello? Yes, yes.
Internet is not available, please especially.
Next, Viraj.
Will you
Viraj, your voice is not clear. There are so many mobiles near to you. You switch off other mobiles.
auditor, will you tell again, sir?
Hello?
After now you told us some points. Will you tell again?
Yes.
Sir,
I am not unable to hear you.
sir, auditor, will you tell again, sir?
Okay, again last we will discuss our doubt. So if you use headphone, it would be better. Otherwise, keep some distance. And other mobiles, you better to switch off. If many mobiles are there, the disturbance is coming. Some resound only we are able to hear. Your voice we are unable to hear properly. So we cannot clarify your doubt unless you ask properly. Anyway, again I will give you some time. You get ready. Meanwhile, other mobiles, if two mobiles you are using, keep some distance. If both of them are near, we cannot hear it. So we were discussing about types of forces, contact forces and non-contact forces. They are also called field forces or forces at a distance. This is what we discussed. Contact force means the force exerted between two objects by a direct contact. If the bodies are touching each other, the objects are touching each other. If there is a contact, that is called contact force. In that also we explained already muscular force. We explained. Who are absent in yesterday's class, muscular force means force exerted by body muscles. Generally, what we are doing with our hands, legs. So that is called muscular force. Force exerted by body muscles. Second one we studied the opposing force, that is called friction. Friction we studied. That is the opposing force. And the third one also we studied, that is normal force. Normal force is also a contact force. The force exerted by a solid surface perpendicular direction is called normal force. This is normal force. When you keep something on a surface, when you see, so that is normal force. It is also a contact force, and the force fourth one, what we wrote is tension. Tension. The fourth one, example. There are some more courses, but here we are studying one example. You are not studying more about these courses. You will study in the higher classes. Now, what is tension? And tension is a kind of contact force. That much only we will study. So here, what is tension? Let us understand. Tension. Generally, suppose you suspend an object by the means of a string or by the means of a thread. A string or thread. You are tying an object. So its weight, it acts vertically downward. How this weight is able to stay there? Because of the force exerted by this string, that is called tension. So the force exerted by a string, the force exerted by a string is called tension. Tension is also a contact force. So tension will come in play when we suspend one object. Okay, now see here. This is tension. An object is suspended by a string, an object of 100 Newton. So here you can see the force exerted by this string is called tension. Okay, children. So many doubt. Srikanda, I am unmuting your mic. Harika.
Sir,
Yes, Harika.
can you please explain field forces, sir, once again?
Field force, huh?
Yes, sir.
We are not coming to field force. This is completed now, okay?
Yes, sir.
Contact force is completed. Next is we are coming to field force one by one, okay? You have any doubt in this topic?
Tension, sir.
Okay, what is tension? The force exerted by a string. String means a thread or rope, anything. By a string on an object. This is also in which direction? In normal direction. In normal direction. The force excited by a string. String means thread. A string on an object in normal direction.
Normal direction.
Yes, normal means perpendicular. Okay, normal direction means perpendicular direction.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we will go to field forces. Now you can write a side heading if you want a field force.
Yes, sir.
Again, I am saying the children, but still who is using this Galaxy J7 Nest and he is asking doubt, but you do not know who is that one. Please rename your. Now Gopal Krishna.
Sir,
Yes.
what is difference between contact force and what is sir? Tell contact force for example, sir.
Contact force.
Example, sir.
Contact force, example only what we wrote here. First one is what? Muscular force. It is a contact force, okay?
Yes, sir.
Friction is another, these all are examples.
Yes, sir.
Muscular force is a contact force because if you pull like this, nothing will move now. We should touch the
Yes,
object. Isn't it?
yes, sir. Okay,
Touching
sir.
means contact.
Yes, sir.
Contact force means two objects are in contact, touching. So friction,
Okay, sir.
if we keep like this, no heat will be produced. But if we touch together and move like this, we can see heat is produced.
Yes, sir.
So tension and normal force, they are examples for what? Contact forces.
Yes, sir.
Next, Harika. Harika, your doubt completed? Okay. Abhishek.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Abhishek.
Sir, what is the difference between contact force and non-contact force, sir?
Okay. Contact force means the two objects are in contact, means they are touching each other. Okay. Hello, are you? Now we will start with this one, then you can understand the difference.
Okay,
So
sir.
you can write a side. Okay, there, but when I say the example for what a non-contact force, we can understand that is field forces or forces at a distance. Now only one student asked what is the difference between contact force and field force. Contact force means the two objects are in contact, but field force means the two objects are not in contact. That means there is a distance between. For example, you say if I keep this object down like this, this object, this chop is I slowly dropping. So what happens? The objects fall down. Why it is falling down? Why it is falling down? Because of Earth attracts every object towards its center. We studied it. That is called gravitational force. Earth attracts every object towards its center. That is called what? Gravitational force. Because of the gravitational force only all objects fall down. So gravitational force, no need to contact. Whatever height it falls down. Whatever the height it is, the earth will attract. So there is no contact between two objects. That is called what? Field forces or forces at a distance. So this is the difference between contact force and non-contact force. Contact force means the two objects are in contact. Non-contact force means there is no need of contact between them. So examples are, these are the examples are gravitational force, for field forces example I am writing gravitational force, electrostatic force. Don't ask me doubt now, I will explain one by one. One by one I will explain, don't worry. Electrostatic force. What is the meaning? All I will explain. Third one, magnetic force. First you write the examples. These are the examples. What is the meaning? Definitions, everything I will say. Don't worry. So gravitational force. You don't know what is electrostatic force, I will say. Don't worry. And third one is gravitational force. So all these one gravitational force, no need of direct contact. Wherever the object it falls down because of the earth attraction. So earth is attracting everything with a force. That force is called force of gravity. Electrostatic force, of course, you do not know, I think. So I will explain. Don't worry. And the third one is what? Magnetic force. These are the examples for non-contact forces. Right. Now, see what is the definition of gravitational force? See, it is better to say that the gravity pulls object towards the center of the earth. So the force of gravity is called gravitational force. Earth attracts all the objects towards its center with a force, and that force is called a gravitational force. So gravitational force, So no matter where you are on the earth, all objects fall to the ground. So no need to be in contact. Whatever the height you are, you will be falling down to the earth. All object will be falling. So this is because of the gravitational force. And gravitational force is a kind of, and here you see, this is an, you can do this example afternoon. This exercise, this one, if you have a balloon at your home, if balloon is not there, you can take your scale. You can take a scale and you can do this experiment. And tomorrow you can say what is your observation. So what is your observation? Tomorrow I will ask you. So if one balloon is there, you take, inflate it by blowing some air into it, tie the end of the balloon with a thread, then you collect, you keep the small paper strip. These are the small paper strip you can see, and slowly you rub the balloon surface on a cloth, a silk cloth or your dry hair, and keep the balloon near the paper strip. Suppose balloon not available, no need to go out and to buy the balloon, you can use your scale. Scale is there, no? The scale also you can use the same. You can rub the scale on a dry cloth. Silk cloth means it is very nice. Otherwise also no, or dry hair. Your hair you can use, hair must be dry. And you can see they are able to attract small pieces of paper. Here you can see the balloon is attracting small pieces of paper. This is, what is this? Here how this attraction happened? This is because this balloon got small charges, electric charges. So they are able to attract the paper piece. How the balloon got small electric charges? Because you rubbed on it. Due to friction, some small electric charge it got. So that is, and here once we already completed this topic. These are the disadvantage of friction. If you want tomorrow again, I will say. So here you can see why this paper is attracting. The paper is attracting because the different in charge. So this is called. Now let us come back to our class. Many children are raising their hand. First, Rupika.
Sir,
Rupika.
sir, once please explain about one say definition of tension force.
Tension I wrote on the board. You okay? I deleted it. Is right. The force.
Yes, sir.
The force. It comes here. Exerted. Exerted means applied. Applied.
Yes, sir.
By a string. String means what? When you suspend it by the help of a thread, string
Okay, sir.
on an object. In normal direction. This is also in normal direction. Okay? Means perpendicular. Very simple. Tension means if you suspend something by the help of a thread, the thread will experience a force now. That is called what? Tension. That is called tension.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Next, Alekia. Viraj.
Sir, will you tell me again, sir? Yeah, question force, sir, definition, sir. Will you tell me?
Viraj, I am not getting you. Yes.
Sir, will you
Yes, yes. Say.
gravitational force, magnetic force, and electrostatic force, sir?
Viraj, your voice is not clear.
Sir,
Magnetic force. You are asking what is this?
definition, sir. Definition of magnetic force, sir.
Yes, we are coming to that point. Now we completed only 2. This is 2 only we completed. Okay. Next, Kaushik.
Sir,
Kaushik.
sir,
Yes, Kaushik say.
sir, tension and normal force both are same, sir.
Very good question you asked. Actually, both are same means both are applying on an object. Tension means when you sit on a bench, a surface will act. That is called normal force. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Surface, when you sit on a bench, the force exerted by the bench, that is a surface, no?
Yes, sir.
See here, this chalk piece I keep it on my hand. The hand applying is called normal force.
Yes, sir.
Tension, who will apply?
With a string.
A string, when we suspend something by a thread, the thread that is called tension. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, Kaushik, your doubt completed now?
Yes, sir.
Ramya Sri.
Sir,
Yes, Ramya Sri.
sir, please can you say the definition of non-contact force, sir?
The definition of
Non-contact force, sir.
non-contact force. Okay. Right.
I mean,
Understood. Non-contact force. What is non-contact force now? I think you are absent over the first classes. Okay, whatever it is, force exerted. We use this term exerted. Exerted means applied. The force exerted
yes,
between two objects without actual contact between them. Force exerted between two objects without actual contact. I am giving you definition, children. How much shorten I can make, I am making and giving you. Full lengthy definitions not. This is to understand the main concept. Maximum short form I am giving you the definition. Means if you write this one, it is completely answer is there. So after that, if you want, you can say the force exerted between two objects without actual contact between them is called non-contact force. Like that you can explain. You can. Okay.
yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now to complete the Ramya Sri.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Dinesh.
Sir,
Yes, Dinesh.
electromagnetic which force, sir?
Magnetic force I did not complete. Tomorrow we will say, okay, whatever it is, both are
No,
non-contact
sir.
force. Okay.
Electromagnetic, sir. Electromagnetic.
Electromagnetic force. Electromagnetism is also a non-contact force.
Okay, sir.
Okay, because electromagnetism is not our discussion. Even then, electromagnetism is no need. Actually,
Okay,
if there
sir.
is little gap or space between them also, but the space it should not be very more.
Okay, sir.
Not a contact force, but earth force you see wherever it is at a very high earth will attract it. But electromagnetism is there can be a small space, but it is not very far. That is what conditions. Now Gopalakrishna, who is there? Akshay Santosh.
Sir,
Yes.
buoyancy, what is the meaning of buoyancy force, sir?
Who said you know buoyancy force? Okay, whatever it is, buoyancy force means when you immerse something in what in a liquid. Okay, suppose you keep a rubber ball or any ball in liquid.
Okay, sir.
what happens? The ball comes up because the liquid exert an upward thrust. That is, you can understand in 8th class. So the upward thrust of the liquid is called what? Buoyancy force. Force of buoyancy. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
And children, today we are closing the class. Still doubt is there. Tomorrow first we will clear your doubt only. Definitely. Yesterday also I said you. But okay, tomorrow first we will give the chance for you to. So don't study magnetic force because I did not explain it. Tomorrow I will explain. Today time is not sufficient. Today we studied gravitational force. The force of simple definition. Gravity, earth. Gravity means related to earth. Gravity means earth should come in your mind first. Gravitational force. The force, the pulling force of earth is called gravity. The pull, okay, today you study only that one. Electrostatic force. Electrostatic force also I will explain tomorrow again. These two. I think you did not understand it is clearly definition of electrostatic force because we explained the last moment. So don't worry. Don't ask me doubt about electrostatic force and magnetic force because again tomorrow I am going to explain it. Your doubt will be clear. Tomorrow you ask me any doubt about the remaining topic that is up to gravitational force. And so now NSR will continue the class.
Thank you, sir.
And have a nice day, all of you.
A very good morning, students. In the last class, we discussed about life science, that is about biology and the different studies which we are discussed in the last class. So, introducing biology, I introduced the words and terminology. So, here my question is, based on the last class, my question is, who is or who was the father of modern biology? Who was the father of modern biology? Any one of you, children, basing on the last class? Any one of you? Here, Kaushik. Yes, Kaushik, what is your answer?
Sir.
Kaushik,
Sir.
what is the answer? Who is the father of modern biology?
Charles Darwin.
Very good, very good, very good, Nanda. Okay. So, in the last class, we discussed about the different types of studies. See, biology, for example, it is a study, biology, and this biology is divided into 3 divisions, which we are discussed earlier. What are those divisions? Botany and zoology, and third one, microbiology. Microbiology. So, biology is a study which explains about different branches. What are those branches? Botany, zoology, and microbiology. These are the main 3 types of branches which explains about life in detail. Which explains about life in detail. For example, botany. So, botany is the study of plants. It is a study of plants. So, plants generally is a living organism. Plants are a living organism. So, botany which explains about plants on the earth, both structurally and functionally. It explains about both the structure and functions of this particular living organism. Whereas zoology, it is also one of the study. Zoology, it is a study of animals. Animals is the study of animals. How animals are converts from cellular form to an organism. How a single cell of organization converts into a organism. There's all the things which are explained with the help of zoology. So, the study of animals or human beings are nothing but zoology. Okay, students? So, botany, zoology, and another study we already discussed, that microbiology, which explains about microorganisms. Microorganisms. I gave some examples too. What are the examples which I gave in the last class? Bacteria, viruses, fungi, algae, and some of the protozoans which I gave for the examples of microbiology. Microbiology. So micro means small or tiny objects. Okay, children, microbiology. And also we studied about different studies in the botany, and we written one tabular form also the last, isn't it? We written one tabular form, different studies about plants. Different studies about the plants. We written one tabular form. Let us discuss about zoology and the studies, different studies present in the branch called zoology. Okay, children? Let us observe the screen which I representing slides here. We discussed a brief history of biology from Aristotle to up to Charles Darwin. We discussed Anthony von Leeuwenhoek, Charles Darwin. We discussed, and here are the divisions of biology. You already discussed about botany and zoology along with microbiology, and this up to this tabular form it is completed, isn't it? So let us see what are the different studies present in zoology. Look at this tabular form. It is very, very important tabular form, children. Please have a look here. This is very, very important. Zoology. So zoology means, what is meant by zoology, children? The study of animals. The study of animals. It is one of the branch in biology. So in zoology, basing on the organisms, whether it is an animal or a human being or lower level of organisms, animals, basing on that, here look at the first one, orcanology. Orcanology means study of single class of invertebrates. Invertebrates means those organisms didn't have or doesn't have spinal cord, partially developed spinal cord or absent here, vertebral column absent. So examples are scorpion, spiders, etc. Note down this. Orcanology means study of single class of invertebrates. What are those organisms? Scorpions, spiders are the examples for these single class invertebrates. That is called orcanology. Next one, conchology. Conchology. Second one, conchology. It is a study of mollusks. Mollusks. Example, snail. Example, snail. Study of snail-like organisms are called conchology. Conchology. Okay, children. And third one, that is about embryology. It is especially in animals, study of development of animal forms and the higher organisms. Embryology. Embryology, that means the study of development of animal forms in the organisms. Embryology, that is embryology. And fourth one, entomology. What is meant by entomology? It is a study of insects. So what are the examples of insects? Insects like houseflies, cockroaches, isn't it? So the study of insects is nothing but entomology. The study of insects is nothing but entomology. Next, fifth one, herpetology, study of reptiles. Example, snake. Study of snakes, especially study of snake-like organisms or nothing but reptiles, no children. Reptiles, example, snakes. Okay. Now write the example, reptiles. Beside reptiles, you should write snakes. Okay. So study of reptiles is nothing but herpetology. Study of snakes are called herpetology. Next, mammalogy, study of mammals. Example, human beings. Note on the examples. Beside mammals, write humans or the examples. Manohar, are you writing? Manohar? Manohar. Please write mammalogy. So study of mammals like human beings. We are human beings. Okay, children, human beings are the best examples of mammals. Note down there, mammals, mammalogy, study of mammals, study of mammals. And the next one, ornithology, study of birds. Study of birds are called ornithology. And the last one, study of fishes, is called ichthyology. Ichthyology. So study of fish is nothing but ichthyology. So just spell it, everyone. Orcanology, conchology, embryology, entomology, herpetology, mammalogy, ornithology, and the last one, ichthyology. I hope you're written, and we move on to see the next slide, children. Look at this slide. And some more branches of biology. And some of the branches of biology. Here I am introducing a new word again, anatomy. Anatomy. So here beside one picture is there, human anatomy. This picture indicates internal parts of the human body. Internal parts of the human body. So what is meant by anatomy here? It is a study of structures of entire organisms and their parts. So anatomy, which explains about internal structures of the organism. Okay, children. So this is also one of the branch of biology. So we were discussing about living organisms now. So anatomy is a part which explains about the study of organism and their internal organs. So anatomy, which is related to, it's a study of structures of entire organisms and their parts. Okay, children, please note down. Study of structure of entire organisms and their parts. Okay, children. This is called anatomy. I'm giving additional information to you, children. Please note each and every point what I am discussed here. Okay, children. And the next slide, which explains about some more branches of biology. Look at here, physiology. Please note down physiology. Here, beside one picture is there, that is heart. So, heart is a pumping unit generally. What is the function of heart, children? It pumps blood to the entire body of the living organisms. It acts as a pumping unit which can supply blood to the all the organs of the living organism, isn't it, internally? So that function, recognize the function with the help of physiology. With the help of physiology, we can find the function of the organism and their organs. So physiology means the study of how the body and its parts work. Please note down the study of how the body and its parts work. So beside one example I gave, please note down the example heart. So heart is a pumping unit which can pump blood to the each and every organ of the human body, which can supply different types of nutrients and hormones and the digestive enzymes from one part to another part. So it coordinates the remaining systems too. So how can we recognize the function of the organs? With the help of physiology. So physiology is a study of how the body and its parts work. And the next branch of biology, ecology. Look at this. So entire world is composed of different types of organisms, isn't it, children? So see, look at here, different types of organisms are living on the earth, isn't it? So every organism has its own specific function on the earth, isn't it? In the ecosystem, every organism has its own function. Most of the organisms are dependent and some of the organisms are independent, like plants, isn't it? So the study of how organisms interact with their environment with other organisms is nothing but ecology. So ecology is a study which explains about how organisms are interact with their environment and with other organisms. So that is about ecology. Okay, children, ecology. So this is also one of the branch of biology. So ecology, which explains about how organisms interact or coordinate with their environment with other organisms, is about ecology. Next, parasitology. Another branch of biology, that is parasitology. Please spell it. Parasitology. Parasitology. So parasitology, parasites, is a study of parasites. So parasite means it is an organism which can depend on other organisms for their nutrition. So parasites obtain their food from other living organisms without killing or without any harm. So some of the parasites are which can create some harmness to the living organisms too. So parasitology means the study of organisms that live in or on the organisms that caused diseases. So, examples for parasites. What are the examples of parasites, children? For example, Plasmodium, which can create malaria disease to the human beings, or some of the viruses. Viruses also one of the parasites which can create some harmful diseases, isn't it? So parasitology, the study of organisms that live inside the organisms or outside the organism. For example, head lice. Well-known example, head lice or surface parasites, isn't it? Leeches, also surface parasites, or tapeworms. Do you know tapeworms, children? Tapeworms are inside parasites. They can live inside the human digestive system. They are called tapeworms. So they can live in the living organism. So parasites are two types now. Surface parasites, they can live surface of the living organism, and second type, they can live inside the organism. So two types of parasites are there. Okay, children. So the entire study is nothing but parasitology. The study is nothing but parasitology, the study of the organisms that live in or on the other organisms that cause diseases. It is nothing but parasitology. Okay, children, 9. Someone raised their hands. Yes, Bala, what is your doubt? Bala.
Sir,
Yes, Bala.
sir, can you please share the screen of botany, sir, the table?
Okay, Nana. Okay, I will share the botany slide again. Yes, Swati. Swati, what is your doubt? Swati. Yes, Kaushik.
Sir,
Yes, Kaushik, what is your doubt?
sir, after physiology, ecology, sir.
Yes, Nana, ecology.
One say the definition of ecology, sir.
Okay, Nana. Look at the screen. I'm sharing. Look at the screen again. I'm presenting ecology again. So study of how organisms interact with their environment with other organisms is nothing but ecology. Ecology is a study of how organisms interact with their environment with other organisms. Please make a note, children. Next, parasitology means it is a study of parasites. It is a study of parasites. Examples of parasites are head lice, leeches, and tapeworms. Naga, are you writing? Okay. And next, taxonomy. Taxonomy. On this earth, every organism has name. Now we are calling different organisms with different names, isn't it? So, biologically, every organism has name. For example, human beings are considered as mammals. Generally, human beings have a name called Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens, it is a biological name for human beings. Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens. So here, taxonomy. Taxonomy means the study of classification and evolutionary interrelationship among organisms. Among organisms. So taxonomy means study of organisms. Basing on the taxonomy, organisms are classified into simple form to complex form. That means unicellular form to multicellular form. They are grouped into different divisions. Different divisions with the help of taxonomy. So, with the help of taxonomy, we are recognizing plants, animals, higher organisms, and lower organisms basing on the taxonomy. Okay. Yes, Vasant? Note down taxonomy. So taxonomy is a study of the classification and evolutionary interrelationship among the organisms. Yes, Rishita. 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 What is your doubt, Nana? Rishita? Rishita.
Sir,
Yes, Rishita.
sir, microbiology examples can you tell, sir?
Okay, Nana. I will explain microbiology examples.
Okay, sir.
So microbiology examples are, note down, some of the microorganisms like bacteria. Please note down bacteria, the study of microorganisms. Study of microorganism is nothing but microbiology. So examples of microorganisms are bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa, and algae. Once again, bacteria, viruses, protozoa, algae, and fungi. Is it clear, children? So let us see next level of study. Embryology. Look at here. Embryology. inside the living organism, how these particular organisms are developed. See, the study of development and growth of organisms inside the living organisms. That is about embryology. Embryology. This is also one of the study with respect to biology. Embryology. Please make a note. Study of the development and growth of organisms. Yes, Alekhya, what is your doubt? Alekhya. Alekhya.
Sir,
Yes, what is your doubt, Nana?
can you say about oncology, sir?
Okay.
In
Okay, Nana. I will explain the table once again, the study of botany and zoology after this slide. Okay. Embryology. The study of the development and growth of the organism inside the living things. This is nothing but embryology. Next. After embryology, the last branch, last example I'm giving, cytology. Look at here, cytology. Cyto means cell. Cyto means cell. So another study in branch of biology is also one of the branch of biology, that is cytology. Cyto means cell. Right beside the cytology, please write beside the cytology. Cyto means cell. So study of structure and function of the cell are called cytology. Study of the structure and function of the cells are called cytology. Is it clear, children? So these are the different studies in biology. So in this chapter, we discussed about what is biology and what are the characters of living things and non-living things, what are the divisions of biology, and what are the branches of biology we discussed. In the next class, we will discuss about structural and functional unit of living organisms. Okay, children? Structural and functional unit of living organisms, that is about cell. So, in the next session, we are going to discuss about cell biology. Okay, children? Cell biology topic in the next session. So, please note down cytology. So cytology is the study of structure and function of cells. So is it clear, children? We will discuss the continuation topic, that is cell biology, in the next class. Thank you.